Well, it says we're live here. Well, we're going to get a couple people come in the room. I want to thank you guys for coming for the Late Late Show here with Patdees. I got special guests tonight. Now, we did go early because our guests are Australian time, so we're excited to have them come in. We'll let people come in the room as it goes out, and just give us about a minute, and we'll be right back with you. Well, hey, good evening, guys. Thank you for stopping. It's not the late show as normally as we do it as at 11 o'clock. We're doing it 6 o'clock here, but our guest, or I think it's 9:30 their time. So I'm excited to have them here. And I want to thank everyone real quick for coming in. I know the notifications sometimes come out a little delayed. So this is the first time I'm doing this show this time. So real quickly, I want to thank football manager John. He's from the UK. Thanks for stopping in. Amish the Flipper is in. Dad's Vintage Gods, another John. Two Aussie Thrifters, they're in there. And if you guys haven't subscribed to their channel, just click the three dots to the right, and always in the description they are. And Myra's in here. Craig's in here. Thank you. Tracy, I appreciate you stopping in. Thank you. Mary Simply Dana. And we'll mention Simply Dana during the show because she is we have a special connection with myself and Brad and Jaz, so we'll mention that. James is in here. Hey, Tommy, thank you for stopping in. Courtney is in here. So Paul, Locker Nuts, Jack, thank you. The Junking Data Girl, I can't really say her name. I call her Cha-Cha for short. Darlene, see people are starting to roll in now, so I appreciate you guys. So, well, let me start out. You know, I reached out to Brad and Jaz probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago and asking them, hey, would you want to be part of the show? And as you guys know, I've done these shows in the past, and I was doing them weekly, probably for about 3 months. And I wanted to make sure that we always did a good quality show and had great guests. And I found the next guest here, and I'm going to give credit where credit's due to Tommy and Tracy. You know, Tommy and Tracy were doing their late shows at night, and I was tuning in, and they found an audience in the people in the UK and Australia, and I really enjoyed the people that they were having on. The first UK guest I had was Louise from KLC Reselling, and these are the first people I have from Australia. So let me bring out Brad and Jaz, two Aussie Thrifters. Hey guys.
Thanks for having us on.
How are you doing?
Oh, great. Good. Nice and early in the morning here, so up bright and early, had a coffee ready to go.
Right. Hi T. What time is it exactly over there?
9:34 a.m. There you go.
Right. Yeah, it's an odd time because it's that half an hour where typically we're used to the hours and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know where that half an hour comes from.
They just tacked it on the end. They're like, South Australia, you can have half hour.
Right. We got more people coming in, so I really appreciate the support that you guys are giving me. And Tracy is putting your link in there, and again, I have it in the description if you guys want to show some love. You know, I talked to him a couple minutes before the show, and I really look at Brad and Jaz as the rally roots of Australia. And what do I mean by that is the young couple, the energy, the family friendly. I love it. Tommy Bernhard. Oh wow, thank you.
Dropping the super chats.
Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. These guys are beautiful people. Thanks for sharing. Oh, without a doubt. I agree with you 100%. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate the super chat, buddy. Thank you. Why don't you guys introduce yourself, where you're from, and then we'll talk a little bit how we met, and we'll take it from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I am Jaz.
And I'm Brad, and together we're two Aussie Thrifters. So I was obviously living in Australia, South Australia, right down the bottom. And yeah, we buy and resell mostly on eBay because we don't have a lot of options here in Australia. And we've been doing it for, 2.5 years now?
Over 2 years,
and almost a year on YouTube, a year and 2 weeks it'll be. So yeah,
it's been
enjoying the journey. Yeah, it's awesome.
I got Tracy trying to light the fire. She wants you guys to say freaks. That's what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was like Freddy or something.
Yeah. So now, in relation to when you look at Australia, where basically are you? The north, the south, the east, the west, central? Where are you guys at?
Central South.
Yeah, right down sort of. Yeah, right in the middle of the bottom part, down in a little place called Adelaide. So, yeah.
Right now it's Sunday morning. There, are we taken away from you guys going to church?
No, we don't.
We're at the Church of Patdees.
Yeah, we're at the Church of Patdees.
There you go.
We're more of a church of reselling at this stage in our life, so we spend a lot of time in other people's chats and hanging out. But yeah, Sundays are usually sort of our like listing and packaging days ready for Monday. So yeah, right. And usually live at some point as well. So
now let me ask you, and I don't know, I have a friend that lives over in Australia. I used to be in the restaurant business, and their daughter lives over there, and so we talked about was minimum wage when they came, because our minimum wage here federally is only like $7.25, and I brought that up on Tommy's show the one day, where I think you guys are at around $16 minimum wage over there.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's always hard to compare. Like the Aussie dollar's obviously worth less as well, so it's always a tough sort of.
Comes down to cost of living.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, so,
right.
Yeah, I think minimum.
And I want to ask you a couple of those questions because I'm curious myself. Like, I mean, now do you guys live? What do you call it? A house? Do you call it a flat? Yeah. Apartment? What do you guys live in?
Yeah, so we bought this house in January last year.
Okay.
Just a 4-bed house on a decent sized block. We were living in a 2-bed unit before that, which was quite difficult when trying to resell.
Very cramped.
There was a lot of stuff everywhere. So now we've bought this one and filled this one up pretty quick as well. So I'm not sure what's next.
Australia is mostly 1 story, no basements.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Oh, sort of like Florida here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a bit of house envy when we see some of the guys with the basements and stuff. They're like, that would be so good.
We want a basement.
They don't really do them in Australia.
I got a basement, and that's where a lot of my stuff for reselling, and I got the garage full too, to be honest. But we have a full basement and attic. Now, do you guys have attics in the house down there? Or?
Not really.
No, there'd definitely be a few around Australia that do, but generally the standard sort of house would be 1 story, 3 to 4 bed, maybe 1 garage, and no basement or attic or anything like that, really.
Right. I guess it must be an American thing that we love to store junk.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try and start a trend over here where they start doing that, because it's definitely coming in handy as a reseller, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Tracy's saying hello to, and if there's anybody I'm missing, and you guys don't be afraid if you see someone in the side chat, say hello or something like that. And if anybody's got a question, you guys can ask. I'd appreciate it for Brad and Jaz. I was saying earlier, I found Brad and Jaz on Tommy's channel, and I was teasing because one night Tommy kept on pushing Brad, and I kept on pushing Jaz. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, that was some time ago now.
That was a couple months ago, because I felt like you were getting all the questions and the promotion of the channel, and then they said Jaz. We got to push Jaz too. Tommy's got a question here.
What is going better, the aquarium factory or the denim factory?
Ooh,
that's a tough question, because
now can you clarify what he means by that?
That's probably a good question. So yeah, a while back probably 2.5, 3 months ago now. We bought a whole lot of like aquarium accessories for like fish,
Fish
and
tanks.
stuff, fish tanks, fish like cleaners and stuff like that from an auction.
Uh-huh.
That set us back about $4,500. And
Wow, you spent over $4,000 on aquarium stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably sold, I don't know, probably 2.5, 3 on that already, altogether, I'd say. And the denim factory that he's speaking of was our biggest purchase ever. Just before Christmas, we spent almost $12,000 on brand new with tags, R&Williams, which is a really good Western brand. Yeah, we spent $12,000 on that. So we've been spending like a lot of time out in the shed, sort of organizing it into like sizing and types so that we can all list it like effectively.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'll just be opening one box and listing one thing when there's like 10 of that quantity. So
we bought about 2 years worth of stock.
Yeah,
so comparing aquariums to denim, aquariums have paid us back fairly quickly.
Yeah. But
now denim is pretty popular in Australia?
Yeah, definitely jeans. We sell a lot of jeans. These are all really, really big size men's stuff as well, which is sort of a new market, especially for those bigger guys that don't go into like the retail outlets. They buy online.
Right.
So we have a lot of return customers. We actually bought a lot probably 8 months ago initially, which got us his contact. And that lot we bought about $6,000 worth, and we've sold through quite a lot. So yeah, it's going to be long tail to get rid of all of it, but there's definitely really great profit in it. So
now we have another question here from Football Manager John. How does the tax situation work in Australia, if you don't mind me answering that?
Yes, so I
don't know how the American tax system works, so it's hard to compare.
Yeah, we have like what they call an ABN, so it's like a
Australian business number.
Yeah,
it's registered.
So we're registered as a business. We keep track of all our expenses and stuff like that, take it into a tax agent, but ours is the opposite to you. So our tax year is July to June, so we go in sort of August by the time we've sorted everything out. We pay up front now on our tax, so quarterly we pay ahead of time, and then we also have GST, which is goods sales tax or something like that, goods and services tax, which is 10% on top of your regular tax once you turn over more than 75,000, which was definitely going to happen for us this year. So yeah, there's a lot of intricacies. Like I suppose tax over there is difficult as well.
Yeah, I mean our system's complicated too. Do you guys? Do you have an LLC set up, or are you just basically yourself?
We don't have we don't have an LLC set up. We're set up as a business. Myself trading as a company. So we do get taxed on like our normal jobs and this on top of that.
Right.
Looking as we get bigger to transition into a few other fields. So there's a few options in Australia that you can look at, but you need to be set up as like a trust or something like that.
Right.
So a little bit different to how it works in the US, but we've got a pretty decent accountant, tax specialist. So
he helps us out.
We're going to go back there probably, soon and start talking about the future because, our growth.
Right. Now, I'm not, obviously, there's things over here that you can do. Like you could do IRAs, 401ks to lessen that burden, and you guys being self-employed. I don't know if you have those opportunities in Australia or not. That's to encourage saving for the future so people aren't so reliant on Social Security over here.
Yeah.
I don't know if
we have what they call super,
yeah.
Which is the same thing. So you can access it after you're 65. Or might even be 67 now.
I think it's going up.
Retirement age is moving every week, so that's a little bit annoying. But yeah, we can do things like Jazzy has started dropping back a day at work, so we can potentially start paying Jazzy a wage, which will then be a tax deduction against the business. Okay. So yeah, there's things that we can do, and we do need.
Does Jaslyn is your name? Is that your full name, Jaslyn? Or I heard him call you Jazzy.
Jasmine, but.
Jasmine. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you still have a regular full-time job, or?
Yeah, so I'm currently a retail manager. I was working 5 days a week, but I've just cut back Mondays so that I work 30 hours a week and kind of gained a bit more eBay time.
And I'm still full-time at a day job as well. So, yeah.
Okay. Hey, we have a quick question here from Paul Antonelli. What is your favorite place to sell?
Oh, man.
Favorite place to sell? Well, yeah, we don't have a heap of options in Australia. Like eBay's
That's our big one.
the main one. We have Amazon in Australia, but it never really took off like it did in the US at this stage, and we're hoping in future it does.
We can try Depop. We can try Etsy.
Yeah.
We really want Macari and Poshmark.
Yeah, we don't have Macari or Posh. You can get Grailed as well, but yeah, we haven't. We've got a Depop account, but we haven't sold anything there. So eBay is by far and away our main platform.
Hey, I just want to address. And everybody's coming in the room. If I've missed anybody, I apologize. But I think we got 42 people in here, so thank you guys for joining me. But I got a super chat, $5 from Courtney, Bolo Buddies. She does a weekly show where she brings on guests and points out, and I never heard the word bolo actually until I started watching Rally Roots and be on the lookout. And if you use YouTube as the right way, you can learn. And there's things to be on the lookout that I never would have got. So, and I got another super chat here. Thank you. What is your best AU candy or dessert to make?
Pavlova.
Oh yeah, Pav is probably the most iconic one, which is just like
it's like a soft meringue.
Yeah, with like
as a cake,
cream on top, and then like fruits, and it's so good.
Thank you, Sergeant Sport, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that, guys. Are you guys you guys can get super chats now, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I sent one the other day to you guys doing a show and stuff. Now let me ask you real quick before I forget. I should have asked you from the get-go, because this is the most important question: is how are things over in Australia with the fires?
Yeah, so we've had some rain in some areas. So New South Wales has seen a little bit of relief. Canberra is pretty much under siege at the moment. So Canberra is where a lot of the main fires are at this point. So Canberra was sort of in the middle of a lot of them before, but they didn't have one sort of directly close to them. Now it's like really close to Canberra, which is our like capital territory where all the parliament is, and actually where Back from Burnout Mel is. So yeah, there's still definitely some significant risks, and that one's still out of control. And there's still flare-ups and stuff in New South Wales, Victoria.
We have had some rain and some regrowth, but the fear now is that in our next heat wave that it might just start again.
Yeah. Football Manager John, I don't know if you can see the screen at all. Do you see that?
Do you watch Neighbours? Yeah, everyone asks us that. I
don't think I've ever watched Neighbours. I know the intro very well, but I've never followed a storyline.
There's like a big split between Neighbours and Home and Away, and we don't watch either of them. So I don't know why. I guess it's just what people know Australia for is Neighbours. So
that's so funny.
It's funny. We do get asked that when we come on international all the time. We're like, why does everyone love Neighbours? Like, what's the go?
Football Manager John, I met him when I was doing the Bearded Picker show, and sometimes I would be yawning in the morning, and he says, "Oh, you need some tea." And do you know he sent me? He was the first person, and that was kind of weird to be getting sent stuff from complete strangers, And it was nice, and I get stuff from time to time, and he sent me a box of tea. I think it was drop shipped from Amazon, but he's been a loyal follower the last year. So thank you. Now, going back to talk, we'll answer this question real quick. Michelle Pettis, do you see that?
Yeah. Do you ship to the US? What kind of things do you sell? Do you think Offspring will ever come back for another season? That's another one we don't really watch, Offspring. We do sell it, though. We do ship to the US. So we don't have GSP or anything like that. We just have to ship through our Australia Post, which can be quite expensive. So we hey Joey, we definitely ship over there. So we add international to a specific range of our listings that we think are going to get attention overseas.
It's pricey, so it's got to be a good item that someone's going to want to pay that shipping on.
Definitely.
Now, you guys, going back talking about the fires, you guys did a benefit, was about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. Time sort of got lost on me in the last
I know.
Today,
February already. Yeah.
And yeah, that was incredible to see what the community did there. So
yeah, thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, thanks for
I'll be honest, I was in Florida. So I was coming home and then I caught, and because I follow Tracy, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And I went in there and I'm like, oh, these guys, and I'm like, oh, and then that's when I went up and I'll be honest, I was glad because I'd been hanging on over the years in my 20s. I had bought these wrestlers, and I was like to a point, and I joke with my kids one day when I go, they're going to have all my stuff for sale on eBay. Yeah. And I said, how could I do? And I thought maybe it would get $50 or $60. And, it seemed like stuff that you guys were coming out, people like Americana type, things. And I was like, they went for $140 and Simply Dana bought them. She's based in Florida, actually. And she got The Undertaker, I think it was Mankind and Stone Cold. And they were from 1999. And she sent me a message that she got them and everything was good. So I appreciate having the opportunity to participate. It's always good to give back and help out. And when you see good people like yourself doing that, I think why don't you tell people exactly a little bit about that night and what you did and the 3 charities that you supported, and then the end result for the people that are watching the channel tonight don't know.
Definitely.
It came together really quickly.
It did come together very quick. So we had a lot of people reaching out to us and asking if we were okay with the fires and stuff, especially internationals. And we had some fires reasonably close to us, but they didn't directly affect us. So we thought it really good opportunity to try and help out where we could. And we didn't really expect it to get as big as it did. And 7 hours it almost went for, with Dwayne coming on board and doing an amazing auction for us from Mothership Products. So that was incredible. And the idea was to try and bring the international community together. People come on, auction off some stuff that they were willing to donate, and then the buyer would donate to one of the 3 charities, which were WIRES, which was the Wildlife, Red Cross, and the CFS. Yeah. So CFS was like the volunteer firefighters, and Red Cross was trying to support the people affected by the fires. And I think we ended up having about 36, 37 different people come on board.
Yeah, with people like yourself jumping in halfway through. Just
and then
flooded.
50 odd auctions over the 7 hours, which is incredible. And just the people sharing the stream, bidding on the items, if they couldn't, donate something themselves.
Just donating directly to the charities sometimes.
As a community, we managed to raise 12,000 Australian dollars in that 7 hour period, which was insane. Like, we set a goal for about 4,500. So for it to get that high was incredible. And there were some really great guests that really sort of helped push it. So
we were seeing people bidding against themselves.
Just to
give more.
Price. But it was, I think that sort of really cemented for us that this is the right community for us.
Yeah.
We loved the community before that, but the amount of support that was shown towards that event just really showed what the reselling community can do and what they will do. And I think a few times people have said, we'll fight over a dime, but give $1 as resellers. So
it's true.
It's very true. And there was people bidding in there that I know are struggling themselves and were bidding.
And we're still giving.
Yeah, to try and help. So it was just insane. Dwayne was an absolute beast, like Tracy's saying. Incredible. We had Anthony from Pittsburgh on backup because we thought we might need to give Dwayne a break.
And he replied to us at like 3 a.m. within seconds, like, yep, I'll be your backup.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
But Dwayne, I don't know. He mustn't have been able to talk for 2 days, I reckon, after that.
He's got stamina.
He did so well. And we can't thank him enough. So, if you
Dwayne, I'm friendly with Dwayne and Heather. Very, very nice couple.
Yeah, great.
And I've had them actually on the show too. It's nice to be able to use this platform in a positive way.
Yeah, and that's what we wanted to do. Like, we just wanted to do something because we couldn't really feel like personally we could go and help, or we couldn't help the animals ourselves. But we're like,
we've got this tool.
We've got YouTube, and we've got great people that we know will support it, and then it just grew and grew and grew.
Right. And that's why I was happy to jump on board. I used to be in the restaurant business, and I always feel like if you're in a position to do something that you have the tools, like our neighbor's house burnt down, and one time we had a benefit for them that I approached them the day after and said, hey, look, we'll make a dinner and we'll donate all the money and we raised almost 10 grand in
Wow.
like 4 hours for them. So I was happy to come on board and support you guys, because you can't take it with you. And to me, it feels good to give. And I like it, I see you have a Pink Floyd shirt on there. Is that a vintage?
Yeah,
He doesn't take it off either.
80 something. 1987. I actually bought this from Ben, one of the Rally Roots crew.
Okay, that's Ryan's brother.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
right.
So I got it off him a while back, and I love it. Wear it quite a lot.
You see it a lot on YouTube.
Is that like his pajamas, Jazz? Does he sleep with that on too?
Doesn't make it to the bedroom, but
okay. So he gets after about a week, you're like, come on, throw it in the wash.
Just let me watch it, please.
Yeah. I actually, that's fun with YouTube, and we'll talk a little bit about that. How you guys got on YouTube. I got on YouTube years ago just to listen to music. Pink Floyd, I love that video of The Wall.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times, even in between doing eBay listing and taking pictures, I'll have YouTube in the background because you don't even have to subscribe to it. You can listen to the music and you don't have to buy it. And, that's what I liked about YouTube. And a little over a year ago, as I came across by accident, some of this stuff on what would happen, and how to do reselling and stuff. Mimi Resells, thank you for the $5 super chat. Great interview, Pat. When you got great guests, it makes it easy. So I'm glad to have Brad and Jaz on. So thank you. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Yes, even gotta love Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
what's Tommy saying? He wears that shirt anytime he's live, runs or has it.
I've only probably got 5 shirts on rotation, so it's gonna pop up every once in a while.
Let me ask you guys: are you guys were you high school sweethearts?
Yeah, we were. Yeah. So we met. I was in year 12.
I was 15.
Yeah, so it was 15 and 16. Through an ex-girlfriend actually, but that's another story. And we've been together ever since. So we got engaged 3 years ago,
I believe so.
But we sort of, when we were looking at buying this house, we're like, do we buy a new house or do we get married? Like, what are we going to use that money for? And the house came up more important because, like I said, we've been together for a long time, so nothing's changing overnight. But we're definitely looking to get married sometime soon.
Okay. So you guys aren't married yet?
No, just engaged. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's only been 13 years, so.
Yeah. Well, he's waiting until he hits that magic number on when he gets like a $15,000-$20,000 a month on eBay. Then
Yeah, and then we'll have a party.
And now, hey, I have, and I don't want to put you on the spot. If you guys don't want to share this, I understand. Someone is asking, do you share your eBay store?
Yeah, we put it in our description of a lot of our newer videos.
Do you want to share? If you want to type it in there, I don't care.
Copy it.
In the side chat.
It's my actual seller name is just Brad Kane 11.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just look up seller.bradkane 11. But our actual store name within eBay is called Nikia's Closet, and that's because Jasmine's middle name is Nikia.
Yeah, so sometimes some people here, I don't know if they want to give out their store names because of competition, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think anyone in the United States is really. Are you selling mostly, like most of your stuff, you sell it in Australia, or do you sell a lot of stuff that you ship overseas?
Mostly Australia.
I'd probably say 5% maybe overseas. We do want to increase that going forward. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff we find is in op shops. We don't do a lot of RA, so we share kind of pretty much everything we find anyway on pickup and hauls. So there's no big secrets on there.
Yeah. Now, how long have you guys been doing eBay?
2.5 years now. So from when we first started reselling, we're always on eBay.
And last year, very seriously.
Yeah, last year.
Down.
Last year we really decided that this is sort of what we want to be doing in the future. So we sort of focused in, and that's. I guess.
Now, Brad, did you have a regular job?
Yeah, I still have a regular job. So work Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 4:30. come home, then we work together on the business,
Okay.
and then Source Saturdays, and
YouTube Sundays.
YouTube Sundays. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, if you what do you do for a living?
I'm a project manager, so I work at an insurance agency that deals with work cover injuries and stuff like that. And yeah, I manage about 21 projects at the moment, I think. Just like improvement and process and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then, what was the need to want to say, oh, I want to become a reseller, just for extra money, or?
Yeah. So it all started when I was collecting Nintendo 64, NES, and SNES. So I'm a bit of a game collector. I think we've just lost Pat.
Oh no!
No, I'm here. I want to put you on solo, and I want to hear this and focus a little bit on you.
Yeah, so I was buying and reselling video games to sort of fuel my collection. So I was getting a lot of doubles and stuff when I was buying in bulk. And then I came across a few YouTube channels. One guy over here named Cody Orgel, who sort of does a lot of writing with Eric from the College Picker. And also, obviously, Rally Roots were probably the ones that really inspired us and sort of pushed us in that direction. So I showed Jaz a few vids and I was like, I think we can do this. And she's like,
no.
Took her a while to get on board. But once I started showing that we were building and making money and sort of explaining a bit more about what I had planned for the future, I reckon over the last, 18 months maybe?
Once I realized it was actually viable in Australia,
I
was pretty committed.
Tommy's saying he's eyeing the stock or the mannequin. This is mostly listed now, which is good. The mannequin doesn't.
He might be talking about me. Maybe he thinks I'm trying to figure out your secrets there. Now you guys do post on Instagram. Did you guys just recently post, like you in other words, you put a number out there what you did last year?
Yeah, we did.
So last year we turned over 107,000 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
Which I don't really know what that works out to US, probably like
2 cents.
Yeah, 22 cents.
No, I would say what did you do? 107,000?
Yeah.
So that probably works out to be about 85,000 US dollars.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, because I knew when Simply Dana bought the $140, it worked out to be about $98 US, because I saw the exchange. So, hey, real quick, I want to thank T Auctions for You. If you guys haven't subscribed to her, check out her channel. She's a friend of mine, and she loves me Patdees and Aussies.
Well, thanks for popping in. What was it? Yeah, 107. And so 80-ish American.
I mean, I'm not gonna BS you. That's better than I do. I never, I was in the restaurant business for over 20 years, and through health reasons, I've been selling on eBay since 1998, and I started last year really having to look at myself and saying, hey, I need to, do something here and get on the ball. And it's been a learning curve the last year. Now I probably did. I do Amazon and eBay. I think I did last year, but I do other things and to make a living like you guys. I think you're smart, not just quitting your job. And now, are you guys looking to transition from basically quitting your job full time and being resellers, or this is what I think. I think people should sometimes invest, get into the market, get into real estate, so you're not just relied on one thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. We've got a bit of a plan in place. So we have the property that we used to live in we're renting it out. So we have that one and this one that we're looking to pay off. But we are hoping to go full time in future. And I think one thing that gets talked about a lot is everyone's circumstance is different. So we've been able to put a lot of the money that we've been making in profit back into new stock and building our stock levels for the future. So when we dropped that almost $12,000 on those RMs, that was for our future. So we don't have to pull a lot of money out of it, which really helps us grow quickly. So
what you bought $12,000 worth of jeans. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Now now let me ask you, did you guys do a video? Like I see these guys over here in the States, like I think it was Wade's Venture, like when he bought a locker and there was $30,000 worth of shoes in there. Are you guys doing any pre-recorded content to like?
Yeah, we put one out specifically for that that lot. I'll just check the name of it because I can't actually remember what
we do enjoy kind of showing what we're doing and what we're getting up to and kind of making a discussion.
Yeah, so the video that we put out for that was called 35,000 plus profit, our biggest deal yet, huge purchase to resell on eBay. So we sort of ran through what the costing was, how much we were going to sell it for, and how much profit we would make over that period of time. And we sort of do at least one pre-recorded a week and try to do one live a week.
Yeah, mostly hauls.
Yeah, hauls and
we do a what sold every month.
Yeah, it's just we'd probably like to be putting out a bit more, but with our full-time jobs, it is hard to do a lot of pre-recorded stuff. So
yeah, and then we love having chats like this as well.
Yeah, so we've kind of got a bit of a mix, pre-recorded and live, trying to keep it fresh, but always looking for new things.
Now, let me ask you $12,000 worth of what is the average? I mean, over here, it's funny because I've gone, when I first started getting back into it, we would have the Goodwill on certain days have dollar jeans.
Yeah.
And and guess what? I sell a pair from time to time here and there for about $8 or $9. The problem is the shipping the jeans here cost about $8 to ship on average. So I always got to build that in, but from time to time I will sell a pair for $8 plus the $8 shipping. But I'm probably sitting on about 40 or 50 pair of jeans that, I only have maybe on average of $1.50 into a pair into them. But they're not necessarily always the fastest movers over here.
Yeah,
these ones worked out to $10 a pair.
Yeah, about $10 a pair, but they were brand new with tags, and we'd already dipped our toe on this back 8 months ago, and we're getting between sort of $75 and $90 per pair of jeans. So
wow,
we already knew that there was serious profit there, and when we did the profit breakdown, we did it on a sale price of 50 plus posts. So
yeah, we're always trying to be really conservative with what we say publicly.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to overshoot and say that we're doing amazing things.
Yeah. So
no, I understand.
Definitely long-term turnover because of the amount we got, but the opportunity that provides us long-term is huge. So it's definitely worth our time.
Yeah. Now, have you guys considered doing Amazon at all, or?
Yeah, so I do have an Amazon account. I did dip my toe in the water when it first came here, but we can't sell any used goods in Australia, which is annoying.
Which is a lot of what we do.
Yeah, obviously a lot of the stuff we find is used, but yeah, I think we're going to try and put some of the jeans actually on there and see how they go because they are new with tags.
It will be a test.
But that's what I was thinking with the new things like that. I wouldn't give here. I don't know, different in Australia. Over here, we don't give out our Amazon store just because it's so much different than eBay. I'm selling stuff, and I'm doing okay. The problem is just like with anything, you guys had to lay out $12,000 to get the jeans. Not anybody can do that. But again, I give you guys credit for working full-time jobs and like me, like I do property management, I do things, and whatever I make on Amazon right now, I keep trying to put that back in and scale up, and that's what you got to do if you want to put yourself in a better financial position. Real quick, I want to thank Joy Munkin for the $4.99 super chat. Great interview. Well, I don't know if I'm the nicest guy.
Guy with the best backgrounds, I reckon.
I try to be nice to everybody. Why be miserable? Life is short. You know what I mean?
People notice.
So now, how many do you guys have a regular store, and how many items do you guys have listed on the store?
Yeah, so we have a pretty large store. We have 2,500 items now.
Okay,
which I think it's really hard to sort of explain what in Australia, because we only have 28 million people. You have to try and diversify.
I'm going to highlight you guys again here.
I think you have to sort of diversify, and I speak to a lot of people over there, and they talk about smaller stores and turning stock and stuff like that, which is what we would like to do, and we want to get that number down with quicker sell-through. But I think just because of the market, you do need to sort of have a hand in a lot of different pies.
Yeah, we buy a lot of bulk lots. So we have a huge section that's DVDs, a huge section that's jeans.
Yeah. So 2,500 items. We probably don't want to go too much higher than that. I'd probably set a cap at about 3,000. But
after
we do
that, it's not very manageable.
Yeah, we do have a secondary store as well. So that's sort of a backup, and we're going to be listing some stuff on there as well.
Oh, Tommy, leave it to Tommy. No, I like to highlight the guests sometimes, and it makes it easier because when I'm looking at the screen and I could really focus on them. I mean, come on, don't you highlight Tracy once in a while?
Yeah.
Now you've been on their show, haven't they highlighted you like that?
Oh yeah, Tommy is all about dropping the highlights.
Yeah, so why not? Hey, real quick, I want to thank Donatella for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. Love you too. Appreciate it. Good friend of mine in Florida that does storage units.
I've seen some of their auctions and stuff. So.
Yeah,
and she does auctions and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, it's been a good experience with me. It's a lot. YouTube's a lot of work, and oh yeah, Tracy.
That's not the only thing she does on live television either. I've seen some.
Yeah. You notice that basically they're keeping it PG for me.
They've been really great for us, just like supporting our growth and helping us find new communities. So yeah, we can't thank them enough for what they've done for us.
For sure. I'm very thankful for bringing you guys. I wouldn't have found them unless I've watched you. And with me wanting to do this, I like meeting positive, great people. And when I like I said, when I saw you guys, I'm like, these are the rally roots of Australia. You guys are proving it. You're both listen to me. Stay positive. You're both working. You both have a house. You both are a wonderful couple. You the way you guys smile at each other. You're buying 12. I mean, come on. You guys are doing good. I want to see. Now, are you guys doing any merchandise yet?
We created some a while back because people were asking us, because we made a mug for ourselves.
Yeah.
And people saw it and they were asking us for a mug, and we're like, well, we don't really have any. So we made a few, and we actually created a website like literally a couple weeks ago. So we do have a little bit of merch out now. It's just the leftovers that we didn't give away.
I think I realized how much fun it is. He was like, we could have bags, we could have cups.
But we gave away probably like 80% of it in a lot of our like 1,000 sub giveaways and just stuff like that to people. So yeah, we've got a little bit of range, some totes and cups at the moment, and we also sent Tracy and Tommy a little shirt each for helping us out. So
it's a blast.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good fun.
We don't take us too seriously.
Never More Antiques wants to know, what part of Australia are you from?
Central South.
Yeah, down in South Australia.
In the wine country.
What's the population like in your area? Do you live in the country? Do you live in the city?
We're in a city, but it's not a huge city.
I'll look it up quickly for you.
What's our population? We have high density thrift stores, which is nice.
Adelaide population.
She got all the merch. It's because we love you.
Apparently, it's 1.3 million in Adelaide.
Oh, okay, that's pretty big. I mean, to be honest, I live here in Pennsylvania. I'm about an hour and a half west of New York City, and about 2.5 hours north of Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is about 1.5 million people.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around numbers like that. I'm trying to picture it.
Adelaide's big enough for us, definitely. We don't want to.
Yeah, we're from a small town, so Adelaide seems big enough for us.
Tommy, the whole reason we fell in love with Aussie and UK, so positive, supporting each, no drama. I'll have to agree with you. I've seen that across, and how that's why I wanted him on the show. And
I think we're sort of 3 to 5 years behind where the US is. Like our reselling community is quite small, really.
We're just little. We just want to raise each other up.
Yeah, so we all like to help each other out.
I think you guys, honestly, and you guys could be, because of your young age, you guys could really be mentors to people that want to do reselling and create something. Like 5 years from now, I see you guys big things. Maybe we're gonna we'll have to figure out how to stream your wedding on here.
We've actually been asked that a few times. I think we definitely wouldn't stream it, but we'd probably capture, I guess, the vows and stuff, and
we'll share a moment.
Maybe put out a little bit of video. But I guess with like weddings and stuff, you want to be in the moment and you want to enjoy what you're doing. So
I don't know if you guys are too young, but when I was a teenager, there was a General Hospital, Luke and Laura. And that was like the most watched, like, and this is a fake TV show. This was the most watched like wedding at one time in the world. So maybe you guys could change that.
Oh no!
We might have 3 people watch us. Maybe.
We're on YouTube a lot, but we're actually pretty private.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I like my privacy too, to a certain degree. But when you put yourself out here, and you get the people that do love and support you. It's great to kind of run with it, because it's fun.
Balance.
I think one thing I will say for YouTube is it can be difficult at times when you get that negative feedback, but the relationships that you create through YouTube outweigh that 100 times.
The positive is so much bigger than the negative.
Yeah, we've met some incredible people along our journey, and they're probably people that I hope are in our lives until the day we're in the ground. I think. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky to have each other to support, because that's another thing is it's rare to have couples doing it. I mean, I'm married and been with my wife for I've been with her for 31 years, and we've been married for like 27 years. But she's doing her thing, and she doesn't have. I try to get her to talk, but she's just a quiet person. How about the honeymooners? Oh, I love the honeymooners. There you go. And even John says, start a Patreon and stream the wedding.
Oh my God.
People would support you for sure. People love a good, positive story. Honestly, that's how I feel. Now, when you guys are out filming, are you guys taking turns filming? Or are you setting up a tripod? How are you guys doing it?
Mostly myself filming. Every once in a while, Jazzy will shoot me a clip of her finding something that I'll chuck in, but generally it's myself with the camera. We do have 2 cameras now, so we probably could mix it up a little bit. But I don't know. Jazzy kind of goes off to the women's section, does a little bit. I got the men's section and smash through that. So we're not always like on top of each other when we go sourcing, because we have like a pretty laser focus, because we only have like Saturday to source. So
divide and conquer.
It's hard to get as much as I'd like to on a film, because we do have to make sure that we're providing enough stock for our business as well.
It also took a lot of coaxing to get me on camera, and all of our first videos I'm very just stony faced, not talking. I avoid it sometimes.
I don't know what Tommy means here.
Angles. Yeah.
Tommy's got a lot of advice about filming.
I used to cut out a lot of the video parts when we're walking into the thrift store, because I usually come in like behind Jazz, and I used to just cut until we got to the front door. And then I left one in one day, and Jazzy was walking away, and a few people were commenting that we were dragging in subs because of Jazzy's behind. But yeah.
But that's not that kind of channel.
Yeah.
That's right. You guys, though, is because once people fall in love with you, I mean, they're going to support you and stuff. I think just have fun along the way. It's nice. Like I had the opportunity last week to hang out with Taco Stacks, and he lives close to me, and we did some stuff, and he put me on, and it's nice. Do you have the opportunity to do collabs or meet other people yet?
Yeah. We're really lucky locally that we have Cara Thrifty Pixie, who lives like literally 15 minutes away from us. So we've been hanging out a lot, going sourcing and stuff.
What he has a channel?
It's Cara is her name. Thrifty Pixie. So she does a lot of
the blonde haired girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she does a lot of like women's and antique type stuff, vintage that we don't really touch. So we've sort of it's been really good because we've learned stuff off each other, which is nice. And she sort of brings something different to what we do. So we like collabing with her. We definitely want to do some more. Like we did one with Look Mum I'm Hustling. Not that we were together, but we did a video. So they live in Sydney. We did a video each, and then sort of like pointed each other. So it was a challenge.
We love the social aspect.
We're definitely going to be looking at some more collabs this year and trying to broaden the horizon.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was until I saw her on your charity show.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that girl. I love seeing different people and meeting. When I worked in the restaurant business, I met people from South America, Costa Rica, Guatemala, all over the world. And now with YouTube, you're really meeting people all over the world.
Yeah.
And because we all speak the same language, it makes it easier to communicate with people from the UK and Australia. Now, do you guys have goals as far as what you want to accomplish this year? Have you set out and said, this is what I want to?
So we definitely have a little bit of growth in mind this year. So we set our goal at 130K turnover this year. So we really exploded out of the blocks last year. So we don't want to set goals too much higher this year because we know that we're still working full time. So it's going to be hard for us to really ramp that up again.
Mm-hmm.
We want to grow YouTube, obviously, do a lot more live shows with a lot of other people, bring them on board. And yeah, I think just start getting more and more comfortable with our day-to-day living and, making our lives a bit better for the future. So
focus a little bit more on fitness this year.
Yeah, I bought something yesterday that set me back a few bob to help me with my fitness. Because I guess in reselling, you're out, you're sourcing. A lot of the time we'll drop in to get some fast food for lunch or something.
Takeaway, it's so bad.
Yeah, I think focus on my fitness a little bit better as well.
Yeah.
Are you going to start lifting weights?
No, I used to do a little bit of that, but
I did it for a long time, and you know what happens when you stop and like you said, going, then you're a bulkier guy, and then I have to get back on. I actually have two separate channels. I'm trying to focus one on health and talking about money, and the other one reselling. That's the problem with YouTube, is trying to kind of find that you kind of don't. Our lives are busy, just like you guys. And if you start getting too many subjects, you're worried that you kind of alienate some of the people that are your core base that are following you. But just, I think sometimes just be yourself, and you'll find a certain audience. I just don't want to be stuck just on resellers, though.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll put anything up about the thing that I got to do health on, but. Yeah, it's just like I bought a bike, and on the back it's one of those electric trainers so that you can hook it up to like your TV and ride like virtually. So yeah, something a bit different, but I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, we got a couple more minutes here. What are your plans? I saw mention you guys are going on lots of Josh's show next.
He's actually coming over to our channel.
Okay.
Yeah, he's coming on in about an hour and a half, actually. So, that should be good. I think it's an hour and a half. Is that right? Yeah, 12 o'clock, 12 midday. So we're lucky enough that he asked us over on his channel a while back. And yeah, we wanted to sort of reach out to a lot of those people that supported the live and get the charity auction and have them on our channel so that they can sort of talk a little bit more about themselves, because the live was so quick, like in and out, and no one really got to say who they were. And we just wanted to make sure that we gave credit to those that participated. So we'll definitely be reaching out to a lot of people over the next, it's going to take us a few months to get through them all, but we're sort of starting to reach out to people and asking if they'd like to come on and promote themselves a little bit, just to show them that, we're very thankful for what they did.
Yeah, just some appreciation.
And we're a tiny channel, so for someone like Lots of Josh to come on, he's probably not going to get much out of it, but he's such a nice guy, and his channel is amazing. He's very knowledgeable, so we're super happy to have him on later today.
Oh yeah, should be good.
Now, are you guys? Are you putting out? Are you just doing one live a week? Or are you putting out content every week?
We try and do at least one live a week, so either a Tuesday or a Sunday, depending on what market we're looking to hit.
Should be your Monday and Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. We are working on something in the background that'll probably go live in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be a little bit different with a few other people, so that'll be cool. But definitely try and do at least one live a week, and add a pre-recorded. So at least 2 videos a week. Hopefully breed. It's just hard to get that many done in a week.
Are you guys doing any reselling meetups over there? Or, like, they do them over here from time to time.
We talk about them a lot.
Yeah, I think because we are so small still, a lot of people are definitely trying to get that in motion. But Australia is such a big country to get a meetup.
It's a lot of traveling.
A lot of travel.
Oh, okay.
And the community is not really big enough where you could be like, oh, let's have an Adelaide meetup, because you probably get like 6 people there. So yeah, it'd have to be like a national one.
You just get the message out. There might be more resellers that you don't even know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, you know, we share our information. A lot of times people in business don't. And it's kind of a unique thing that we try to, as a reselling community, try to kind of show people, hey, this is what you can do. This is what you can sell. And we got a couple more minutes here. Is there a certain products that you guys tried to like be a niche, like sell?
I think people would say that we're niched to R.M. Williams, but we don't try and get one type of item. Like I said before, we'll take advantage of whatever we can find. Like we did the aquarium lot, which is way outside our wheelhouse normally. But probably I'd say 60% of our stuff is either clothing or shoes.
Yeah.
And then the other 40% is made up of like auction buys, media, games, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that stuff over here is tough. I mean, people, unless it's good quality clothes. I mean, I'll run into it sometimes where we'll pick up something. Like I just did a video where we sold 2 Hugo Boss pair of shoes, Italian shoes. And those normally are around $600, but sometimes you can get them on sale on the website for like $395. They were basically, now I said, Brand, if they were in the box and they come in a special velvet bag, I paid $70 for both pairs of those shoes. And I sold the first pair within 2 months for $250, and I just sold the other pair. It took me 10 months, but I sold those. I sold $450 for those 2 pairs of shoes.
Nice.
But I've had to learn over the way. Now, I just went out and purchased about 3,000 DVDs.
Yeah.
And, but I'm selling them in mass quantity. I'm selling them typically 50 at a time.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and you know, with the goal is trying to, triple my money on those. And there's things I'm doing on Amazon that I don't mention. Through YouTube, believe it or not, there are people out there that do great in business but don't want to do YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're aware of a few down here that we sort of talk to privately that are doing big numbers, but they don't want to do YouTube. So there's definitely a lot bigger community than just on YouTube. But
absolutely,
as Australia as a whole, we're definitely in the growth stage of reselling. We sort of haven't hit that peak at all. Yeah.
That's why I said I think you guys in 5 more years, I don't know when you guys are planning to get married, and we're all joking in the side about Patreon and sponsors. But if you guys are waiting 2 more years and you grow your channel to a good, you probably could get even sponsors to get involved in your. That's what they do. Like they'll be like,
I think it's a long way. It's a long way off, and I think
I don't think so. I think
in general, Australia is such a small market. Like we'd never expect to be anywhere near those lofty heights, but we're just enjoying what we're doing, and if we naturally grow to that, then that's what happens. But we just like what we're doing and meeting new people, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Well, if you guys got anything you want to plug real quick? We're down to about a minute here, and I would thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you. This has been great.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us on, and thanks for your part of the charity live that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. No problem.
To see everyone come on board, and really appreciate that. We obviously were saying before that we have a lot of Josh on the, not very long from now actually. So if you guys are free, we'd love to see you all in the chat and ask some questions away.
Over,
definitely.
Yeah.
But I think we just
now is there anything that you want to that we didn't discuss you want to?
Not really. I think your question set was right on point. To be fair, I think it's just good to learn new stuff about, especially different different people in different countries as well and how they do things, because
yeah, absolutely, we're all doing different things, and although we like to share knowledge, you can't always compare because everyone is doing something slightly different.
yeah,
Right. And there's certain people that like certain things. Some people don't like clothes. I mean,
Yeah.
I was watching Tommy list the other night, and he'll say, like, it's people, and I get these questions too, asking certain measurements, and I was like, okay, armpit to armpit, but when they want 5 measurements of a shirt that's a large, I'm like, oh my god. Sometimes honestly, I'm not good at that customer service part. I just ignore the question because I'm like, really? Because sometimes I've dug stuff out in the past, and you give and they don't even buy it in the first place. So it's like, that's why I think clothes are difficult. Now, good niche, like quality clothes that you find that are unique, those are easy. They kind of just sell themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely got better. Like, we were talking yesterday, we went out and we didn't get to finish filming a video, so I'm not sure it's going to make it up. But yeah, the stuff that we picked yesterday was like 80% of it was really high-end stuff. And I think we've noticed that transition from picking up like every single thing we find that we think we can make money on to like a very specific higher end item that's turning a lot quicker. So yeah, you do see that transition, I suppose, as you learn.
We're getting better.
Right. All right, guys. Hey, I want to thank Jaz and Brad. You stay there. I'll talk to you a couple minutes in the green room after we end the broadcast here. But I want to thank everybody for coming by. When I asked them, and they asked me how much, I said, could you give me an hour of your time? And I appreciate it because we are big, major, different time zones and stuff. And so if you guys haven't subscribed, and if you're watching this in the replay, in the description below is Brad and Jaz's channel, 2 Aussie Thrifters. And I want to thank everyone that gave a super chat. And I really want to thank also the chat. Everybody stayed positive. Everybody's getting along. I appreciate that. I appreciate the respect that people give me on my channel. And I'm thankful for everybody. So I want you guys to have a great night, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Pat.
Thanks everyone in the chat. Yeah, it's good to see you all.